Incoming chat.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Incoming Chat. Today we're going to dig in with one of the biggest 3D printing companies out of Poland, Seamorph. And I have my friend Bartek, Lanc, which is the CMO of Seamorph. Bartek, nice to have you here.
Hello there. Nice to have you.
So
nice
Bartek, just to give an idea to the people listening, give us a little clue of what you've been doing for the last few years with Seamorph.
Yeah, we are from the bottom. We are on the market since 2012, and we make multi-tool 3D printers. Basically, these are not only 3D printers, but also a CNC machine and laser engraver.
It does everything, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the saying, ace of spades.
Nice.
Must have known. But it's a perfect machine for education because, actually there is one crazy thing about 3D printers and CNC routers. It's really hard to make one machine with two workflows like this. It takes some engineering and it takes some time. So
and usually, your machine is 3-in-1, right? So
yes. So we managed to do it. There is another company from China, but they are trying right now, so they are following us.
They're probably copying most of the stuff.
Yeah, it looks a bit the same. But the samples and the marketing content.
That makes a difference. That makes a difference in the brand. So and again, that's the reason why I wanted to have you here. Is just because when I first tried your machine, which is back in 2013, and I remember just saying, like, Jesus, why people keep opening companies with a 3D printer when there are thousands of it? And especially in the time that you guys started, 2012, right?
Yep.
There were hundreds. Just here in Poland and around the world, thousands. And that's why I wanted to have you here. It's just like, how did you manage to break into that market? Because it was not an easy market. You were not a big name. Mm-hmm. You guys didn't have a huge investment to start with. What was the first things you did in order to put your name out there?
To be honest, the first CEO, Przemek Jaworski. Hi, Przemek. It's a man of the vision. So he had this huge vision to make a 3D printer that will change the world and will allow creative people to do anything, from mock-ups, architecture mock-ups, to some designing prints to help product development. So he had this really a strong vision, and there were a lot of people like him around him, like Matt Olczyk and Paula Szarejko.
They all believe in it.
Yeah, they all believed it. They still believe, and that's how they managed to be noticed on the markets. In the German market, for example, when they started, you should meet them because they have this fire spirit inside them. So they didn't see any problems with moving forward with product that expensive and that advanced.
What's the basic entry level for the price?
It's it's around $4,000.
Okay.
4,000 USD. Yeah.
But it's a nice machine. I invite you guys listening out there that and also if you're listening, you're gonna miss this. But they brought us this Batman bust printed. Well, you guys printed it not too long ago, right?
Yeah, I printed. I'm not printed it. I asked my colleague. It took 4 hours to print it.
All right,
and
but
we made it on yesterday.
If you couldn't see it, it just looks amazing. And thank you for the present, by the way. Now, passion drives companies forward, right? But passion is not everything. You cannot feed the company out of passion, right? And so it's great that you guys started with a lot of fire inside, but what were the first blockers that you guys found? You're not a company. Usually, if you start in the US, you're a company that can break in or at least have a small niche of market that is enough for you guys to survive. But you started in a small place and you started moving to Germany and out of Europe very quickly. But what was the first blockers that you guys found?
Since the day one, we didn't think about Polish market. To be honest, we were moving towards US, towards Western Europe. So the first blocker was the resellers network, distributors networks, because basically 3D printers are being sold only through distributors market. It's like 90% through distributors and 10% from like e-commerce or retail or something like this.
Like direct sales, right?
Yes. So the first thing was to like try to find some good partners out there to help us moving forward, to help us expand there. And it was the blocker for at the beginning really. So we went to the Hanover mess. And it turned out that the people are really amazed by the 3D printer.
Oh, right.
Yes, it was the best ROI out of the event you can get.
Oh, that's always a good word for a marketer.
Yeah. Really hard to pursue, but but yeah. And then you have like you have company, you have some people, then you have a reseller and distributor. So you have to start production. You have to start making the processes inside the company. You start thinking about marketing. You start thinking about a strong sales team, some people to help you with operations. So the first problem was to build the organization that will be like sufficient and efficient to make projects. Not only to make projects, but to finish the projects.
Yeah. I mean, you have to take it till the end, otherwise it's not.
Yeah, there are a lot of projects doing, but the end it's not always very good. So it was like the beginning of our journey. So we were like a young company based on ideas and based on vision, but we need to put some backbone, to it.
Well, like many companies out there, I mean, you always start with just a good idea and try to be passionate about it. But going to the marketing of you guys, because again, in my opinion, marketing is what make or break. If you have bad marketing, it doesn't matter how good your product is, people's not going to find it. So how will you find a voice for a piece of hardware? I mean, it looks amazing, first of all. It's a lot, has a user-friendly look, but still, you need to find a voice for that, for a machine, right?
Yeah.
So what were the things, or how was the process for you to find, how do we talk as a 3D printing company?
It's for 3D printers, it's like quite long journey because you don't have only B2B, like company distributor, but you always have like B2C because like the manufacturer has to work on the product awareness, on the brand awareness, because that's why 3D printers and other products are sold. You know the product, it's you know the brand, so it's much easier to sell the product for your distributor. So we start working, we like trying to make this 3D printer as a 3D printer for makers because them, the makers movement. Yeah, people in garages, like 3D printer in each home. Like
so it's not a luxury item. It's like it's a tool.
Yeah, it's a tool. It's like a platform, like something like this. And back in 2012, everyone thought that like around 2012, everyone will have 3D printer in house. Will have 3D printer in house, like everyone. And they will be like, popular as yeah, because it didn't happen. So we are like trying to go with the maker movement to show like some cool use cases, drones. I mean, like good mock-ups, some stuff like this. But to be honest, it didn't turn well. The product was too expensive, like for the maker community. So what we did, we took like all the customer feedback, all the customer voice, all the comments from the Facebook, Instagram, like everywhere. We had this huge Excel file with like, I don't know, 2,000, 3,000 feedbacks, posts and stuff. And then we dive deep to the like product mining, message mining.
Manually, right?
Yes, manually. I mean, it was like long ago. I would know how to do it better right now. But we find out that the voice we use, it's not the voice of our customers. So, we named our product like Toolhead, for instance. It was named Dual Pro.
Okay.
And all the people were naming it like dual extruder. So we used the voice, the language that our customer didn't know and they didn't want to use. So we make like our niche of marketing communication.
That's great because that's I mean, happening with a lot of companies that they forget that they're talking to a specific person. So they should use the language of the person who will buy the product.
Yes. Yes, of course, because it's like, oh, we know the perfect way to sell you the product, and you know,
Like, don't send me a pro staff, send me extruder.
Yeah.
I need extruder.
Yeah, I mean, it's very common in marketing, like that the people think that
Yeah.
we know the way how they speak, and actually they don't even understand. So we have like a very advanced product. It's quite hard to use from the beginning. So we decided to change the names to make it much more easier, you know, like not dual pro, dual extruder, and so on. We are trying to clear the messaging to make this product more like approachable, because the learning curve is really high for our product.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing
CNC is really hard for like everyone to start with, because you know it's like a drill. It's hard. You can get hurt sometimes, not that often. And it was like the breakthrough moment, because we noticed that a lot of people are okay, yeah, so it is like this. It's that
so
simple.
that's how it works.
Yeah, yes, and we're like, finally.
Because I mean, I seriously, I would love to have one at home, but all I'm thinking, if I think of a 3D printer, if that thing doesn't print at the touch of a button, it will be too complicated for me. Or if I don't know, if I cannot, if I don't know how to use AutoCAD or any sort of design, which probably doesn't even have to do anything with it. And that's what stopped me from buying one. And I think people will pay for things that they help them to do their work, or even things that they're fun to have.
Yep.
But if they're hard to use, that's definitely a big blocker.
Oh, you should see me. Like the first time I used 3D printer from Zmorph, it was like Zmorph 2.0 SX. And I remember that my manager told me, like, print something. I was like, okay, no problem. I saw the screen, the LCD screen, touch screen. I was like,
what do I do now?
What's going down there? I was like, trying like this. So I had to ask for help. And after these 4 years, we have this test that every new employee is like trying to print something, and frankly, it takes like 3 clicks. Yes.
Oh, wow.
It's basically plug and print right now.
Huh, nice.
Yes, the 3D printers are much more smarter. I mean, the UE, it's much more easier and it's much more approachable, because really like in 2016, it was like some high tech with like deep tech, with strange names, you know, with temperatures and stuff.
It was for a very specific kind of people, for sure.
Yes. So the engineers, we were like, okay, I know it, but like designers, creative people, or teachers, they had a lot of problems to understand. So it requires a lot of time, like to tinkering, to move stuff, like to open it, close it, like some screws. And right now it's like, okay, upload the file. You can have like a lot of files from the internet right now.
Yeah, you can just download stuff, right?
Yes, it was downloaded from the Thingiverse.
All right.
So we can like download it, put it to the slicer, so you don't have to know CAD, and the slicer will tell you how to do next steps to print the file. So it's basically really simple right now.
All right, so it's just sort of like in Word, you just go to file, print it, and then we'll...
Yeah, you have this like sorry.
Yeah, no.
You have this thing, and these are like next steps.
Okay.
Upload the file, change the settings, generate the G code, and print. Basically.
I mean, considering that you guys been around, and I was telling you that before, for a company, for a startup to be up for like 8 years already is a massive thing. It's a big thing, and you guys are I mean, you guys have been making money out of your printers, so it's something that you are you make money. No worries. How you see your growth from 2012 to now? Is how much you guys truly are you guys where you wanted to be, or?
To be honest, like since around 2 years, we know very well where we want to be. So we changed the approach. We ditched the whole maker movement approach, and we are pursuing the professional market. We have a new product in roadmap, and we have this rebranding thing coming, because our identification is from 12, 13.
All right.
It's really old, but it's not only about the image. It's about like the processes, about the organization, culture, and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and sorry to interrupt you, but that's something companies don't understand, that rebranding is not just about changing the logo. It's so much more.
Yeah, I remember that we started on November. I started on November with research, and I read somewhere on the internet it was like it takes rebranding, like good rebranding takes around 1 year. And I was like, what? No way! I will make it
I'll do it faster.
No, it's around 1 year already. Yes, but we decided not only change like the image of the brand, like the language, but like the whole company. The process, the approach to the problems, approach to the projects, to the responsibility. And we have around 50 people on the board right now. And all of them, they are like starting to move forward. You can feel this strange energy, like everyone
that's cool.
looking forward for success already.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, but that's definitely, I mean, and it has to be one of the reasons why you're rebranding, right? Because what's the point? Again, it's not about changing a logo. It's about changing a culture, changing your messaging.
Yes, we are trying to be really modern organization. We are having right now a lot of workshops and a lot of meetings about our new strategy approach, like a long-term strategy for 7 years to become a bigger player. We know how to get it because we have a lot of brilliant people on board. I mean, really brilliant, like crazy scientists, crazy engineers, and
those are definitely crazy for sure.
Yes, and we know where we want to be, and we just start moving there, like really quickly, like trying not to lose time. So we are fixing the processes inside the companies, but you know it. You can't fix the processes without like the right organization culture.
Exactly, it's all about the foundation, having a proper culture for sure.
Yes, and then you have like this old change management. You just can't say people, okay, stop doing things like this, start doing things like this.
Oh,
like
it takes time. Yeah,
it takes time. So we have this like a really long roadmap with a lot of milestones.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Yes.
Now, going back to the marketing of you guys, because it's very interesting. I mean, I love your website; it's very nice, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
I don't love it very much.
You've seen it, yeah. I mean, you've been seeing it for so long, so that. But one of the things that was very fun when I was doing a little more research on your stuff, I was checking on YouTube. I mean, if I put Seymour, if there are hundreds, if not thousands, of videos of people using your machine. How was the process to get people to try it out? How was it? And I'm sure you didn't send them a free printer to everybody in there because that will probably break the company. Yeah. But like, how was the process to work with people like Joel Telling, just and put them out there and make sure that people get to see your machine?
You know, I've been reading a lot about the influence programs, how to work with them, how to approach them, and I mean there are like thousands of steps to follow. Be like this, do this, follow like this. And I thought, okay, it's like a good framework. It sounds good, but it's not for me. So I met them in person, like on First. I approached them, and right now we are like with 3D printing noob. Hello, I will send you this link. We are good friends right now. So like the cooperation is based on mutual respect, something like friendship. You know, we are like always telling them, oh, you know, we will have this super cool new tool head. You really should see it. And so like, oh wow, yeah, like show me.
I want to see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have Zoom calls. We are chatting on the Twitter, direct messages. So it was like the best way to get to them.
So you didn't really follow like the classic influencer sort of guidelines. You just went ahead and talked to them directly.
Yeah, I was like, because I'm really easygoing, I don't have any problems with meeting new people. So I saw on YouTube that they are like a bit the same. They are guys with energy, like good energy. So yes, after like 1 year, we have like these good connections. They will have our new products. They are ambassadors. They're always telling really nice things about it. There's no money behind it, like no money.
That's huge.
They receive printers for projects because that's how it works. But there is like no money in our like cooperation.
So you're basically it's not a pay to play. It's more of a look. We have cool stuff.
Yes.
Give it a shot and be honest.
Yeah,
Did you ever have bad experiences with influencers, like saying like your machine is crap or whatever?
We had this. It was not influencer, but
We don't need to
media.
mention. Yeah, we don't need to mention.
It was media.
Oh,
and
media.
They did a terrible review, and it was like my first time as a marketing manager, and I read the review, like the draft version, and I was like, what happened? You know, it looks like awful, and it turned out that they burned down like some of the equipment in the 3D printer. So every result looked terrible. I mean, like really terrible. If the review would be like published, we will be done. Yes. So it was like this only one.
Okay, all right.
The product is defending.
So that means it's a good product.
Exactly.
It means it's a good product.
Yes, it's a good product. Like,
and you guys, by the way, you put it all together yourself. It's not that you outsource a Chinese company to build your printers. No. Everything is done.
Yeah, we have production. We have like this all the way. You know, we have office with marketing, office with administration, sales, and then you have this like huge production hall,
like the whole workshop.
Yes, yeah, like huge workshop with prototyping room and stuff. So it's really exciting to work there because you see new 3D printers in development,
nice.
Some crazy projects and people talking about we should change this component to this one because of this. And a lot of charts on the board. So
you get to test everything in-house, right there. So you don't have to prototype, send it somewhere to get it done, and everything you guys do it yourself.
Yeah, we have like a print farm, a huge room with a lot of 3D printers. So we are testing new filaments, new toolheads, and so on, new firmware. So we are like trying to make the best product possible in-house.
All right.
And the market is, the market is really hard right now for like agencies to follow because there is like a lot of specific knowledge to get. So that's why a lot of like 3D printer companies have inside marketing departments, like strong marketing departments, because
you need to know.
You need to know a lot if you don't want to sound like someone out like marketing blah blah blah, marketing jargon.
If you press the thingy with the thingy, we'll do the thingy. Yeah, I can imagine.
Like on the first, when someone approached you, you are there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you
have to like keep eye on everything, and then someone approached you. What's the factors of this and this? And we're like, let me call Eliza.
I used to do that all the time. Like, I'll find someone who knows. Don't worry.
Yeah. Right now, after those 4 years, I know a lot of stuff, but.
Now, where are you guys going next? I mean, I know you were telling me a little bit you want to go into the big industries, but where do you see actually not just your brand, but the whole market of 3D printing moving to?
To ask the best way, like in 18 happened something that the whole industry was waiting. Huge automotive players and huge companies implemented 3D printers into the production process. Back then, only as like the labs to check whether it works. But right now, huge industries start using 3D printers. So basically, you have CNC machines. They are like everywhere, but they already had their way, like to become essential tool on the production line. So the 3D printers are on the same way. At the beginning it was like, you can print toys, you can print like stuff, but no one would tell you what to do exactly. No, when I started working at Zmorph, everyone. So what do you print? Toys?
Exactly. What can you print with a 3D printer?
Yes, and it was like, what for? I remember my uncle asked me how many paper I need to print him.
Jeez.
So, and right now, the industry know how to use 3D printers. They see that the product...
It becomes mainstream. I mean, people knows what a 3D printer is.
Yeah, the technology is already that mature, so the companies can start implementing it. Because like 5 years ago, it was so much tinkering to make anything happen. And to be honest, they don't want that kind of solutions on the production line. It has to work. So right now, it's like plug and play, and it should work. Like minimize downtime, bringing the quality process, cutting the costs, improving the speed of the production process, and that's the way that the market is going, really.
Okay, because I used to compare 3D printing a lot with VR. It's a great solution that not a lot of people understand what is it for, and it's expensive to have it. I mean, to have a VR set is not cheap. To have a 3D printer is not cheap. But do you think something will happen, or are you guys expecting 3D printers to go more mainstream, to basically have something like, oh, let's buy a 3D printer for Christmas?
I don't know, to be honest. I think that the whole craziness about 3D printers, it was because it's like the science fiction technology at the beginning. Mm-hmm. So everyone was like, what's going on? How does it work? And after like some years, I think that the 3D printers from now on will be mostly on the production lines, research labs, some R&D departments, some universities. But for like a 3D printer for a home, we have to wait a bit more.
Okay.
I mean, it's not that efficient that like a microwave.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's yes. Definitely not as easy as a microwave for sure.
Yes, and it takes time a bit because a lot of people expecting results.
Press the button and get it.
And you get it. And I mean, it takes time. It takes some knowledge yet to use it. And there aren't that many applications for normal people to use it every day, really. But like the big industries, big companies, some prototyping think the 3D printers are doing wonders, really. And they are changing the way I'm pretty sure that they will change the way we do stuff.
So right now with the Seymour, what can you print? What will be like, how wide is the range of things that you can do?
On this one we have right now, on the Seymour VX, you can do a lot of stuff. I mean, really, because till this day I'm amazed by what people are doing. You can make like a full drone working, even with electronics. So you have, you mill it from the carbon sheet, the frame. You make with the laser, you etch the PCB, you attach some electronic, you 3D print some additional stuff, and then you have a working drone. So basically you have some working knowledge of electronics. You can do wonders. RC cars, RC boats. You can print.
I think I'm going to end up buying one soon.
Yeah, I mean, it really works well for creativity.
I'm just going to say it for my kids, but I'm probably going to use it for myself. But so, because especially with the 3-in-1, that's what caught my attention in the beginning. So because you have laser heads, you have drills, you have tons of different things, right?
Mm-hmm. We have right now 5 tool heads.
Okay.
And one is like really crazy tool head. It's stick-based extruder. So basically you can use some ceramic or some chocolate or some...
Wait, you can print food with that?
Yeah, something like this. A guy last week printed chicken nuggets on Xenomorph. Yeah, I know, it was disgusting to see. But
it's still, I mean, Jesus, like, hey, guys, I'm going to print some chicken nuggets for dinner. That's
the outcome was great, but the process was awful.
But it's the beginning, I guess, right? I mean, you guys are still finding new things that you can do out of a 3D printer.
Yeah, that's because it's one of our problem with this product that we have right now. Because there is a lot of applications, and people are like, so if it can do a lot of stuff, it's like it can do anything good. So
I know what you mean.
You know, it's really hard for marketing guys right now because first you have to like introduce someone to the product, and then already you have some points like to try persuade them. They have a lot of considerations, you know. So the customer journey is a really like huge one, and complicated one
for a product that I can imagine. Now, I'm gonna go super cliche, and I'm sorry going for a cliche question. What's gonna happen to Seymour for the next 5 years? What are some of the stuff that you guys are planning?
We'll have new products in portfolio, and we will change our, as I said, our brand. But we are trying to expand on the US market, on the French market, and Germany market. And we are trying to become a company that brings results. You know, because we are off the exciting phase, and we know that the 3D printers are the products like a hammer. They have to work. They have to be reliable, and we want to be a company like this, like a cut for 3D printers. You buy a 3D printer, you have a best customer support. You have a way to implement it.
It's a whole package.
Whole package, not only 3D printer, but like the whole solution, like Microsoft does, with the whole environment. And not only the environment is important, but also the way you can implement it. Because, if you have production line in your company, it means that it's already there like for 1 year or like 5-10 years. And each change takes time and takes money. So
I'm sure that always.
Yeah, and you have to justify the spendings. So we want to be a company that the message is really clear. You have solid products, they work, they bring you money, and then you have guys in the company that will help you implement it. They will share a content with you, how to do it. They will educate you, and they will try to make you happy in the following years. Like
I
good,
like that.
solid industry production. I mean, it's crazy for me because I always wanted to work in crazy Facebook, I don't know, crazy companies with a lot of.
This sounds
speed.
crazier to be.
Yes, but right now I am we are trying to make a company that is like a solid manufacturer.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, the product is great, and I know a lot of you listening are familiarized with this. And if you're not, make sure you leave some questions in the comments below. And otherwise, just go and check Zemorph and talk directly to the guys. I'm sure that they'll be happy to answer some of your questions.
Yeah, you can talk us via live chat.
There we go.
Yes, we have our sales agents using live chat. So
I'm very happy. Very happy. All right. Well, Bartek, thank you so much for coming and visit us. And thank you everybody for listening. We'll see you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.
Incoming chat.